Have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells in a relationship, constantly second-guessing yourself and feeling emotionally drained? It's a confusing and painful place to be, and you might be dealing with something more complex than just a difficult personality. Today, we're going to dive deep into the world of narcissism. This isn't about labeling people, but about understanding a pattern of behavior that can be incredibly damaging. We'll unpack the narcissist's playbook, learn how to spot the red flags, and most importantly, talk about how you can protect your emotional well-being. Let's start at the beginning. When you first meet them, they can be incredibly charming. This is often called love bombing. They shower you with attention, praise, and grand gestures, making you feel like you're the most special person in the world. It feels amazing, intoxicating even. But this intense initial phase is often a strategy. They're creating a powerful positive connection so that later, when their behavior changes, you'll be left confused, trying to get back to that perfect beginning. You'll start to think, maybe it was something I did. This is the first step in their manipulative dance. At the core of a narcissistic personality is a deep-seated insecurity and an insatiable need for validation. They need a constant supply of admiration and attention to feel good about themselves. This is often referred to as narcissistic supply. Your emotions, your reactions, your happiness, and even your pain all become sources of this supply. They exploit your emotions to prop up their own fragile ego. When you're happy because of them, they feel powerful. And shockingly, when you're upset or arguing with them, the intense emotion you're giving them also serves as supply. It proves to them that they have an impact, that they matter. This is why arguments with a narcissist often feel circular and unproductive. You're trying to resolve a conflict, but they're just feeding off the emotional energy. A key trait that makes this possible is their profound lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. For a narcissist, this is often an alien concept. They can't genuinely put themselves in your shoes and feel what you're feeling. They might be able to intellectually understand that you're sad or angry, and they might even fake a compassionate response if it serves them, but they don't truly feel it. This lack of empathy is what allows them to manipulate and hurt you without remorse. Your pain doesn't register to them in the same way it would to an emotionally healthy person. It's just a side effect of them getting what they need. So, what are some of the signs you're entangled in a narcissistic web? One of the biggest is gaslighting. This is an insidious form of manipulation where they make you doubt your own perception of reality. They'll deny saying or doing things you clearly remember. They'll say things like, "You're being too sensitive. That never happened," or "You're imagining things." Over time, this constant invalidation of your reality can make you feel like you're going crazy. You start to lose trust in your own mind and memory, making you more dependent on them for your sense of what's real. Another tactic is projection. Narcissists are unable to face their own flaws and shortcomings, so they project them onto you. If they are the ones being dishonest, they'll accuse you of lying. If they are being unfaithful, they will relentlessly question your loyalty. It's a defense mechanism that shifts the blame and focus away from them. You find yourself constantly defending against accusations that have no basis in reality, which is exhausting and keeps you in a state of emotional turmoil. They are also masters of creating a toxic cycle of idealization, devaluation, and discard. We talked about idealization, the love-bombing phase. Next comes devaluation. Suddenly, the person who once put you on a pedestal begins to criticize and belittle you. They'll pick at your flaws, insult your intelligence, and undermine your confidence. This is incredibly confusing and painful. You're left wondering what happened to the person you fell for. You work harder and harder to please them, trying to get back to the idealization phase, but it's a losing battle. Eventually, when they feel you are no longer a good source of supply, or if they've found a new one, they might enter the discard phase. They may end the relationship abruptly, coldly, and without explanation, leaving you feeling worthless and abandoned. But often, it doesn't end there. They may come back, hoovering you back in with promises and charm, only to repeat the cycle all over again. This cycle is precisely why people stay in these relationships. It creates a powerful, addictive bond, almost like a trauma bond. The intermittent reinforcement, swinging from the highs of their affection to the lows of their criticism, keeps you hooked. You're always chasing that initial high, believing that if you can just do or say the right thing, you can fix it and bring back the good times. This is the hidden cost. You're not just losing your time. You're losing your sense of self, your confidence, and your emotional stability. The constant stress and emotional turmoil can have serious effects on your mental and physical health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and the feeling of complete isolation. So, what can you do? The first and most crucial step is recognition. Understanding these patterns is your first line of defense. Realize that you are not crazy, you are not too sensitive, and you are not the problem. You are reacting to an incredibly toxic and manipulative environment. Documenting incidents can help you see the pattern more clearly and counter the effects of gaslighting. Write down what happened, what was said, and how it made you feel. When you doubt your memory, you can go back to your own notes. Setting boundaries is the next critical step. Narcissists hate boundaries because they see them as a challenge to their control. Start small. Say no to something you don't want to do. State your feelings calmly and clearly, like, "When you speak to me that way, I feel disrespected and I will not continue this conversation." They will likely push back, test your resolve, or try to make you feel guilty. Hold firm. Every time you enforce a boundary, you are reclaiming a piece of yourself. It's also vital to reconnect with your support system. Narcissists often try to isolate you from your friends and family, either by slowly turning you against them or by being so unpleasant that people stop coming around. Reach out to trusted friends or family members. Talk to them about what you've been experiencing. Hearing an outside perspective can be incredibly validating and can give you the strength to see the situation for what it is. And please, remember that healing is a process. It takes time to unpack the damage and rebuild your self-esteem. If you feel overwhelmed, there is absolutely no shame in seeking professional help. A therapist who specializes in narcissistic abuse can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate this journey. They can help you understand the dynamics of the relationship, heal from the trauma, and develop strategies for moving forward. If you feel you are in a crisis, please reach out to a helpline or emergency service. Your safety and well-being are the top priority. Recognizing you're in a toxic relationship is a painful but powerful realization. It's the first step toward reclaiming your life, your joy, and your peace of mind. You deserve a relationship where you feel safe, respected, and loved for who you are, not for the validation you can provide. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this content was helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more. Remember, you are stronger than you think.